Evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Going for it with Sanders. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Mike Sever got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
At that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker. From the 38, Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Barnes charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. Remember, they've had their open week already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
Now Bridgewater. It's caught. Cooper. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down.
Looking for Aguilar, it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Smith with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jones. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 20 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Bridgewater. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, Elliott. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now Jones on first down. It's caught. Smith. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Back to throw. Jones goes right back to Smith again. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now Elliott. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. That's a step in the right direction defensively here, because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. McCrane's kick is good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that? Oh, Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll run on first down. Sanders.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Flush to his right. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped the yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through it. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. To throw is Bridgewater.
That swung out wide to Sanders.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, that's Smith. A nice catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. On the counter, Elliott. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. This is Smith with a grab. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens add on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together. And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Sanders, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2nd down and goal. Bridgewater. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
Here's Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
The return man, Ty Johnson.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones on the move to his left. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Well, we're in Baltimore. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault.
Touchdown!
Devontae Smith
with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Here's Bridgewater. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Play action now. Bridgewater. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Now a carry for Sanders. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? We're looking at 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Smith with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. A first down carry by Elliott. There's a nice move. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Back to throw. Jones. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
McCrane able to knock this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. Bridgewater to throw it. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Ravens have got it. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because Maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone.
Well, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Playing success in this game already. 2 touchdown catches, but that was a very dangerous throw. But you have to understand, with 2 catches already for touchdowns, they're going to try and force it to him at times as well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
And they'll go back to Smith. This time it's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh. And now here's another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On 2nd and 10, Jones escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And he is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. What a mess that was.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He'll air this one out for Boyd.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. The 30. 10, 5. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Well, shifts past him, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you're going to see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play. It's a gain of 35.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott.
Chris Barnes there on the stop.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And this part of the game's been an adventure thus far, but this one is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd make one more play.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done again.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Bridgewater.
And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.